Hi, how are you? It's Travis in here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Gnome Mage.
Hello.
Today, we are in the Burning Steppes, guys. We are going to continue the Onyxia Attunement quest chain.
Amazing adventurer, simply amazing. Windsor stormed through here not 5 minutes ago. He makes some grand claims, but purports that they are supported by his evidence. He is on his way to Stormwind now to confront Bolvar and Lady Prester. You are to meet with Windsor at the gates of Stormwind. What Windsor is about to unveil will shake the very foundation of the
Stormwind we go.
Do not attempt to venture there alone, adventurer. You must amass an army. Gather your compatriots to arms.
That's interesting. So what, we can't do this by ourselves? I wonder what's going to happen. So we took the quest reward, the skilled fighting blade. Doesn't really help us at all. Just a one-handed dagger. Increases daggers by 4. Not bad. But we'll be selling that. And then we got this trinket that gives us a bunch of resistances. 8 arcane fire, nature, frost, and shadow resistance across the board. So it's a lot of resistance. Maybe we'll hold on to that. Maybe we won't. I don't know if we'll ever need to use that. Maybe the nature resist would be good in AQ40 against Vicious, but not too sure. Maybe we'll hold on to it. Maybe we won't. I'll look into it. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to getting this Onyxia Attunement done. I don't know how close we are to the end, but we have been, attempting to get it done for quite a while now. We have finally, done enough Blackrock depths as well. Do we have an army here? Is this where we need to be? It's the Stormwind Rendezvous. Venture to the city gates. Speak with Squire Rowe so that he may let Marshal Windsor know that you have arrived. Is that him? There he is. I don't know if I need help here. Marshal Windsor has been expecting you, Travis. Unfortunately, he's currently indisposed. He should be returning shortly. Okay, so this is like one of those quests where, people are like waiting in line. We found a group here with these two folks. So I wonder how long we're going to have to wait. Interested to see what this is going to be all about. But instead of waiting, guys, we will be back when we can start the next step to the Oni Attunement quest chain. Well, the group I was with, they started the quest without me. So I decided to go watch the Leaf game, and now we're back. We beat the Senators 6-2. Happy about that. And now Squire Rowe is going to tell the Admiral that I am here. We are going to do this solo. Pretty good game. The Senators outshot us. Playoff game. But Leafs goaltending and, they were just efficient with their shots. So they won 6-2. The signal has been sent. He should be arriving shortly. All right.
Greetings.
But you know what they say. The series does not start until somebody loses at home. So the Leafs just defended home court today. Or home ice, I should say. Yeah. There he is. Reginald Windsor. I knew you would come, Travisine. It is good to see you again, friend. Before we begin, I ask that you first gather an army. We face a dragon, after all. It has been quite the adventure, friend. I owe you a great debt of gratitude, perhaps, when all is said and done. As you have no doubt ascertained by now, Lady Prester is Onyxia. brood of Deathwing, twin to the tyrant of the Spire, Nefarian. For too long, she has held our kingdom in her captivating gaze. Even the High Lord is controlled by her trickery, a puppet. It all ends today. The spell will be broken. Worry not, for together we shall be victorious. Are you ready? Sure am. Let's go beat Onyxia, guys. On guard, friend. The Lady Dragon will not give in without a fight. As we faded a lifetime ago in Karazhan, monster I come, and with me I bring justice. Seize him, seize the worthless criminal and his allies, says Lady Katrana Pester. So that is the one who just yelled here. That is actually Onyxia. And Lady Katrana Pester, Nixie is sort of like the Kill Jade and Deceiver type, right? If you wanted to compare the two. And I guess Nefarian's more like Archimonde. It's more about combat and war. Kind of remind me of those two. Reginald, you know that I cannot let you pass. You must do what you think is right, Marcus. We served together under Tyrellian. He made us both the men that we are today. Did he err with me? Do you truly believe my intent is to cause harm to the Alliance? Would I shame our heroes? Reginald Windsor, holding me here is not the right decision, Marcus. Marcus Jonathan says, I am ashamed, old friend. I know not what I do anymore. It is not you that would dare bring shame to the heroes of legend. It is I. It is I and the rest of these corrupt politicians. They fill our lives with empty promises, unending lies. We shame our ancestors. We shame those lost to us. Forgive me, Reginald. Dear friend, you honor them with your vigilant watch. You are steadfast in your allegiance. I do not doubt for a moment that you would not give as great a sacrifice to your people as any other heroes you stand under. Windsor says, now it is time to bring her reign to an end, Marcus. Stand down, friend. Jonathan says, stand down. Can you not see that heroes walk among us? Marcus Jonathan says, move aside, let them pass. And then he yells, Reginald Windsor is not to be harmed. He shall pass through untouched. Go, Reginald. May the light guide your hand. That's awesome. He just got Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. Probably somebody slayed Onyxia or Nefarian. That was badass. Did he get it? No, oh, he didn't get it. So go, Reginald. May the light be with your guide your hand. Thank you, old friend. You have done the right thing, says Windsor to Marcus. Follow me, friends, to Stormwind Keep. So there we go. We got a buff for this. Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. It increases our spell critical chance for our spells by 10%. And that's pretty much it for us. And then if you were melee, it increases your... Or if your physical damage, it increases your critical chance by 5% and gives you 140 attack power. Pretty good buff. But yeah, Lady Prester, she was the one who started the division between the stonemasons and I guess you could say the politicians and the higher ups in Stormwind. And then so she was the one who told, the upper echelon or the aristocrats of Stormwind not to pay the stonemasons. And then the stonemasons got pissed off and they started the Defiance Brotherhood because of her. And it was all part of her plan to bring down the Alliance. She did a pretty good job. It almost worked. But we went into the Dead Mines and took down Van Cleef. Edwin Van Cleef, the leader of the stonemasons. Oh, here he is just walking through. I guess we have to follow him. And I was pretty pissed off when they accepted it and left me hanging. I was like, oh my gosh. But it is what it is. It happens. They didn't give me like even a second. Like I checked, I got the quest and then I wasn't able to turn it in. Because this is a long time. You have to, you have to wait like 10 minutes. No, it's not that long, but it's kind of long. 10 minutes for him to come back. Like, it's quite the walk to the keep. You think he'd be, like, mounting up to go there. Couple fishermen there. But yeah, Nixie is a lot like Kill Jaden. That's who she reminds me of. Or I guess you could say Kill Jaden is a lot like Anixia. Maybe, I don't know. You came first. And I hope we can survive this. It's going to be kind of tough. Should make sure we're shielded up. Do we have any food buffs? Maybe that would help. Might have one or at least. Do we? No, we don't have really anything. We have a scroll of spirit. Doesn't really help us that much. Good for mana regen, but that's about it. I could do our own little RP walk here. Gnomes are speed walkers. Yeah, we're getting close to 60. I'm looking forward to it. We'll be hanging out in this keep quite a bit doing PvP. Be brave, friends. The reptile will thrash wildly. It is an act of desperation. When you're ready, give me the word. The dragon hides behind a royal facade. The tablets will reveal her for what she is. If what I have seen holds true, I will not survive this battle, friend. It is you that must finish what I have started. Are your forces ready? Are you ready? Will you begin on your command? We will begin on your command. I am ready, as are my forces. Let us end this masquerade. Hopefully we don't need forces. I think we just got to focus on survivability. I think, there's a hero, a living legend. We just have to survive. We survive and let the NPCs tank, we should be fine. There's going to be a bunch of, people here, level 60s, that are waiting to queue up for AV. Look at this badass paladin. That paladin's a badass. I love that about Classic. You can look at somebody's gear and be like, yeah, that guy's a badass. Like, he had Hand of Rag, legendary mace, and pretty much full, like, T4, all the PvP gear. He looked, what a badass. He's having a lot of fun playing that paladin. And that's who should get Hand of Rag. It should, paladins, rep paladins should get it. Usually shamans get it. On the horde side. Majesty, run while you still can. She is not what you think her to be. To the safe hall, your majesty. The masquerade is over, Lady Prester. Or should I call you by your true name, Anixia? Let's hang out with these guys. You'll be incarcerated and tried for treason, Windsor. I shall watch with glee as they hand down a guilty madman. Knowing that a madman has been put to death, after all, What proof do you have? Do you expect to come in here and point your fingers at royalty and leave unscathed? Reginald Windsor says, you will not escape your fate, Onyxia. It has been prophesied, a vision resonating from the great halls of Karazhan. It ends now. Windsor reaches into his pack and pulls out the encoded tablets. Windsor says, the Dark Irons thought these tablets to be encoded. This is not any form of coding. It is the tongue of an ancient dragon. Listen, dragon, let the truth resonate throughout these halls. Reginald reads from the tablets. Unknown, unheard sounds flow through your consciousness. High Lord Bolvar 4 Dragon gasps. Dragon filth guards seize this monster. Curious, Windsor, in this vision, did you survive? I only ask because the one thing that I can and will assure you is death, here and now. Dragon filth guards seize the monster. You have failed him, mortals. Farewell. And so Onyxia escapes. We have to fight. Is anybody gonna help? Nice stun. I don't even want to touch these guys. Go in there. Look at all these 60s just chilling. Is he fighting them all? I hope he doesn't die. Should I help? I think he has. I think they have threat. Okay, good. The current tank has threat, I think. I should have blizzarded earlier. Take him down. Windsor's a beast. Is he almost dead? I hope not. Gotta stay kind of away from him. It's good that we're not the only ones doing this. Got another mage helping us. He's about to be attacked. Reginald, I'm sorry. Bolvar, the medallion, use. Oh no. Okay, good. We dropped throw with ice block. So Reginald went down. See, the cleave is pretty lethal. So many people here just chilling. I guess because you see this all the time, it's not really a big deal. That was kind of badass. Another one's dropping. Okay, there he is.
What can I do for you?
I'm Bolvar 4 Dragon, High Lord of Stormwind. I believe this guy becomes the Lich King after Arthas. The Great Masquerade.
Within must be reignited. The dragon's eye must be attuned. Windsor's sacrifice has freed our kingdom, but the threat of Onyxia and her kin is ever looming. This medallion is what held my mind and body captive. It's also what gave me access to Onyxia's own mind, to her secrets, albeit the visions are muddled now. Some things I do remember. A fragment of the shattered medallion is all that I can offer. You must find another of Dragonblood willing to assist you in forging a new key. Once you secure this key, you must travel to the Wormbog in Dustwallow Marsh. It is there that you will find her lair, adventurer. Where to find other flights willing to help? Sadly, I do not know. They are said to exist. Some may even work and live among us, disguised as one of the humanoid races. I wish you luck. Nathanos Maris was the first and last of the human ranger lords, a disciple of Sylvanas Windrunner, now the Banshee Queen of the Forsaken. We had thought that Nathanos had been killed in action.
Oh, Nathanos quest. That's a badass quest too.
Although his corpse was never recovered, it was assumed that he did not make it out of the Eastern Plague Lands. Matthias Shaw has been investigating the disappearance and may have some new information. Report to him at once. He resides in Old Town at the barracks.
Yeah, it's a pretty badass quest. I did that to complete the journey on my hunter. It's pretty much like a raid boss, Thanos. He's a big, pretty popular character in Battle for Azeroth. He's pretty much Sylvanas' right-hand man. Okay, so where do we gotta go now? Going here to this area, right? The Essence of Aranicus. It's telling us to go... You must search the world for a being capable of restoring power to the dragon. The only information to possess about such a being is that they exist. You must travel to the Wormbog in Dustswallow Marsh. Oh, yeah. I know where to go. Okay, so we need to... Okay, we gotta go to Dustswallow Marsh. So we need to head to Iron Forge. And then down to Menethil Harbor. I thought we were talking about Swamposaurus. But this quest chain seems, better on the Alliance side than the Horde one. You actually get to see Onyxia. Onyxia seems to be more prevalent on the, more part of the Alliance story than the Horde side. So I must say, I enjoy this one more. The coolest part about the Horde side, though, is that you get to see... Can't believe I forget his name. Rexar, I believe his name is. And he has a pet named Misha, I believe. Pretty badass orc, and he just, patrols up and down Desolus.
Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those airy peaked griffins stand the heat of the Great Forge? I think not.
Okay, so we have to go to Dustswallow Marsh. I think we have to go to the southern part of it. Oh, Darkmoon Fair starts in 14 days. Check that out a few times. There's the Dragon's Eye complete. Wait a second. So do we even have to go to Dustswallow Marsh? I guess this is where you find out the information. Well, it's saying we can just go here. To Winterspring. So do we just go to Winterspring? I guess so. We'll just go to Winterspring. We haven't been there, so it's going to be quite the journey. But what I should do, if we're doing that, we should just teleport to Darnassus. And then fly down from there. And then we'll make our journey to Winterspring. It looks like we don't even have to talk to them. So what this quest is, you have to find out where the person is. The thing is, we're using Questie, so it kind of tells you. But in Dustswallow Marsh, it's where you find Onyxia's lair. Where to find other flights willing to help? Sadly, I do not know. They are said to exist. Some may even work and live among us, disguised as one of the humanoid races. So so you kind of just don't know. So they tell you where her lair is, where Onyxia's lair is, which is in Dustswallow Marsh. And then they just say, good luck finding a humanoid that's also a dragon that's willing to help you. But they do give you a hint that it's a part of another dragon flight, so it's either, red, green, or blue. Wherever they may be. So let's teleport to Darnassus, guys. And then we'll make our way to Winterspring. It's nice being a mage. Being able to travel around like this helps quite a bit. Now, once we're done this quest chain, guys. I think we'll probably finish it today, I hope. We'll hop into like Dire Mall or Lower Blackrock Spire or Skullmancer Stratholme and continue our quest for pre-bis gear so we can start, you know, raiding, casually raiding, and just getting better gear for PvP as well. We're also on a quest to get another 750 gold.
To maintain our link to the mainland, we have hippogriffs constantly flying between Rutheran Village and Darkshore.
So we can get our mount, guys, our epic mount. But we'll get there. Still have skinning and mining. I have to level up mining as well. But what we'll do, I think, is we'll do like some farms where we just AoE farm and skin or something like that. And then we'll try to make our gold that way. A lucky drop would really help. Just a nice drop that gives us a bunch of gold, but those are kind of rare. But yeah, we're going to be able to get into Nixia's Lair right away. I don't really think you need amazing gear to get into Nixia's Lair. But we'll see. All you need is to be attuned. Or already attuned for Molten Core. It's another raid where you don't really need the greatest gear, but as long as we have Prebis, we should be fine. And it's going to be a little interesting playing the game this time around. Like last time I played, I was a part of a guild that I was like helping build, and it was a different experience. You know? I was also tanking, like I was a main tank. Now I'm just going to be a sort of like a guy in the background. just kind of watching and seeing how everything's going in a guild, or kind of playing like a solo player for now. But I'll probably join a guild eventually when raiding becomes worth it. It's pretty worth it now. Like getting into BWL has some awesome loot. You probably want to try to get it, but the PvP gears, it's pretty damn good too, so you don't really have to raid. Yeah, the Leafs won. They beat the Senators. I think they're going to beat the Senators. One thing I got from that game is like the Senators, they have a lot of grit, and you know they have a lot of energy. You know, they outshot the Leafs, which is saying a lot, which means they could win. They're going to win some games, but I think the experience of the Leafs will help them prevail past the Senators. They got in a lot of penalty trouble, the Senators, today, and just dumb penalties. Like John Tavares got cross-checked in the face by some guy. It's pretty much their... forgot the guy's name. He got a goal today too, John Tavares, and also the guy who cross-checked him in the face. I forgot his name, but he's sort of like a... that kind of player that pesters other players, but he got into the box and it just started. Leafs just started scoring. You can't do that, right? You can't be taking dumb penalties like that. That's how you lose. So that's why I think the Senators lost today. Just too many dumb penalties, and the Leafs took advantage. But we'll see how it goes. The Leafs should win this round. It's the next few rounds that, you know, Leafs could have some trouble, right? The two teams from Florida will be tough, whoever they play. If they win, Lightning or the Panthers. And then I think the Hurricanes will probably make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And that would be a really tough team to beat, too. They're pretty deep, the Hurricanes. All right, here we are, guys. We're in Ashenar. It's now time to make our way to Winterspring and deliver the fragment of the Dragon's Eye. And it's good that we're going there because I need the flight point in Winterspring. And we also haven't been to Fellwood either. I didn't level there at all. Maybe we'll get a Songflower while we are moving through. Pretty good buff. Songflower buff. You have to wait for it to spawn. That's what these timers are. I forget what it's called. Somebody like it's like a douse or something like that. You have to douse it, and then you're allowed to get the buff from it. And then after you get the buff from it, there's a timer on when you can get the buff from it again. And that's what these timers are. I forget what it's called. You have to like pollinate the flower with the quest. There's a quest for it. These are all the flower locations here. And it was a very popular griefing zone on Fairlina. A lot of shadow priests and mages and warlocks and any class really would just go there and grief people who were trying to get their Songflower. Like when I raided, it felt like you sort of needed to have an alt at 60. That's why I got a mage up with my warrior, because I'd just like walk around on my mage and just hang out at the flower, and then I'd have my warrior logged out like right here, and I'd wait for it to be safe, and I'd log in, pick the flower, log off, and then my mage would kind of be like a lookout. I don't think you really need that on this server. I could be wrong. Right? I don't think that's... And the thing is people have the chromie thing, right? I stopped playing before that came out. There's this chromie item you can use that stores your world buffs. So even if you die, you don't lose them. It's pretty cool. It's good. It's a counter against griefing, which is a good thing, but does take away from the game, right? And it does give the griefers less of a reason to go out and explore and grief people. Yeah, I think griefing's sort of like a double-edged sword. Like it does promote, people to go out in the world, even though they're going out in the world to do harm. And it does make the world feel a little bit more like a world. You need your villains. And that's what, those people are. I didn't grief much, I'll tell you that. I didn't. I played a warrior tank who was always in Fury Prot spec. You can't really grief as a Fury Prot warrior. Every class pretty much beats you in a 1v1 skirmish. And, yeah, you're pretty much, like, useless unless you have a healer healing you. I do a little bit of stuff on my mage, but my mage didn't really have the best gear. Pretty much just pre-bis. I didn't really raid on the mage. I just sold ports and sold food and water. And that's about it. And then that's pretty much it. I tried to make gold on that character. He's kind of like my lookout character for my warrior when he was getting buffs. And he was also like a gold making class. Like alt. So I wasn't much of a griefer. Yeah, this is the one I used to hang out at the most, the Songflower here. I wonder if it's even here. Sometimes it's just not spawned. This is the one I would get the most. This one, and then there's one... This one would always get camped by Priest. This is pretty much a Horde camp right here. There's like a flight point here, and Horde would get off, and then Priest would... Like Night Elf Priest, Alliance Priest would spawn and then dispel all your buffs when you land. You would never land here. It's just... But it was a convenient spot for Horde to get Songflower, because you just land, get the Songflower, leave. But, yeah, not a good spot at all. I would never go there. I would always just ride up through Ashenvale from Splinter Tree Post. There's like a little shortcut you could take. And you just ride up here, and then I would try to get this, and I'd log out and then wait for my mage to make sure it's safe. Looks like all the Alliance... This is a pretty... These are all the popular Alliance ones up here, but mostly the south is for the Horde. All the Alliance ones are popular here, obviously because, you know, that's where their flight point is. And the Alliance got griefed a lot, too. I think it was worse probably for the Alliance, because not only can, you know, Horde Priests dispel your buffs, but also Shamans as well. So that's way worse. You know, it's way more people dispelling your buffs. Kind of feel bad for the Alliance. But they did their fair share of griefing us. That's for sure. Seems pretty peaceful right now. We've seen a Horde player. He just ran by us. Didn't want to waste his time. Pretty cool underground cave here. It's like a Burning Legion cave. There's like a demon at the end you can fight. Dreadlord, I believe that they call it. It's actually one of the bosses you fight at the end to get the Warlock mount. I think Epic mount. You have to fight like... You have to kill him. I think the last boss is actually probably in Dire Maw, I believe. I never really got... I helped Warlocks get their mount a couple times, so I don't really remember it too well, but I tanked for a couple of Warlocks in my guild to help them get their Epic mount. I remember having to go through there once and helping them, and remember I think the finale's in Dire Maw. Yeah, I remember like always seeing like chickens, like Gnome Mages on chickens. Just running up and down here, just trying to kill people. It's not like that right now. I think the gnome the thing from Chromie, the Chromie little buff holder that they added, it completely annihilated the reason to even go out and do this crap. That's why I think we'll rarely see it. There's a body there, so somebody got ganked. I could be wrong, though. I don't really know what it's going to be like at 60, but I assume it's going to be much different than my experience in 2019 to 2021. Because we can't really see much going on here. There's how many layers we got? Yeah, 4 layers. Layers have gone down. It used to be like 6, 7 here. Hardcore is the same thing. Doom Howl. is not at 10 layers anymore. I guess all the tourists have left. I guess that's what you could call them. The people who just wanted to check out WoW for a bit. They're kind of done. They got their fix. And then all the people that are, I guess, in it for the long term now are what we got. Which is not bad. 4 layers is pretty good. I kind of hope that they just eliminate layers. Not a big fan of it. But you need them or there will be queue times. You got to pick your poison, I guess. Corpse of Captain Stormwind. Wow, I guess the Alliance are getting wrecked here. Here's a Songflower here, a corrupted one. So somebody has to come and like douse this or do something to it. And then the Cenarian plant salve. You found a corrupted version of what appears to be a Songflower plant. A pungent, unhealthy odor emanates from the plant. It desperately needs some sort of attention. It is to be turned back to normal. So you have to get these Cenarian plant salves. There's some... I forget who gives them to you. I think it's somebody a part of the Cenarian Enclave or something like that. Cenarian Post. The people who care about wildlife. You get the salves from them. And then you just, use it on the Soundflower, then you can get the buff. So that one is up for grabs, I think. Because it's corrupted. There is a timer on it, though, a bunch of them. We're on layer 4, so as you can see here, so it says layer 3, there's a timer. Layer 2, there's a timer. Layer 1, there's a timer. Layer 4, it just needs to be salved. Use the salve on it, and we could get the buff. Thing is, I didn't do any of the quests here, so I don't have any salve on me, so we can't get it. I wish I did, because I probably would have given it a try. Here's one over here. Supposedly this one's on a timer. So this is what it looks like after it gets salved. But you can't click it because it's on a timer. But in 21 minutes, you can come here, click it, and you'll get a buff. Wonder if anyone's close. None of them really are that close. Looks like the Alliance... I would never go up here as Horde. It looks like the Alliance also have like a Songflower right at their camp as well. I didn't know that. I never really came up here to, like, get a Songflower ever. It was like... I don't know. It's like you're asking to lose your buff, so you came up to the Alliance side of town. I wonder what you get from these type of skins. Rugged leather, not bad. It's like... 15 silver per rugged leather. It's okay. So I want to get this flight point here. So there's their Songflower here. This one's not corrupted. There's no timer on the 4th on it though. Maybe there is a timer, I just can't see it.
Where would you like to fly to?
Doesn't really say there's like layer 4. But it's clearly on a timer, right? It's been salved. Just don't really know what it is. And they didn't have this like at the beginning. Like you kind of just had to know like when it was. Like people would tell you there's like 20 minutes on it or something like that. Eventually they got something like this. Okay, so now we got to try to survive going through here. We're not really friendly with these furbolgs, so they're going to attack us when we try to get through their little village here. Timber Mahhold. But that brings us to here. Beekeeper Remulos. I wouldn't really mind going there. because we could turn in Seed of Life. Do we have it on us? I think we might. Yeah, there it is. All right, so let's go through here. I think our reputation isn't friendly or even neutral, so they will most likely attack us. Yeah. Let's blink by this. Okay, kind of blinked into him. That was stupid. Let's keep running here. We'll be fine. They're kind of slow. But you can die here. And then we'll jump down. Gotta pick a way to go. I think it's this way. I think this brings us to turn in the Seed of Life. Doesn't matter which one we get. If we get the Winterspring one, then we'll do what we got to do in Winterspring. If we get, you know, looks like we're going to Moonglade, so we're going to turn in the Seed of Life. It's been a while though. Forget when we even like where we got this. Yeah, Maradon. So long ago. Holding on to this quest for a while. But at least we're going to turn it in and get a little bit of XP for it. And then we'll have to come back through this way. And we'll have to go the other way this time. Or next time. Also, the flight points here, like, I don't really think we can get a flight point here. It's druids only. I remember asking on my Tauren warrior, and they're like, it's only druids. So you won't try to get the flight point. Alright, so there's Keeper Remulos. Let's turn this in. Greetings, traveler. You have the scent of corruption on you, Travisine. Much like many adventurers these days. But something about you is different. Is there something you've come to speak to me about? You have an aura about you that seems familiar, but I cannot place it. Please, I implore you, tell me why you sought an audience with me. So my brother has finally found peace. I am proud to have lived to see this day. All his arrogance and anger. I truly thought he was lost to us. But this symbol of his sacrifice only proves that he is not lost. He's only been reborn. He takes his place in nature as was his duty. Thank you, Travisine, by bringing this to me. You have secured a small amount of hope that I thought I had once lost. The seed will be important to the people of this war-torn land. Someday I can sense it. All right, so there we go. Seed of Life has been given to Keeper Remulos. Got a little bit of XP for that and just over a gold, so I think it was worth the trip. And we got to go to Moonglade for the first time on this mage. Quest over here, a Reliquary of Purity. If you're able to find it, return to... They're telling us to travel to? Silithus. Yeah, we'll pick that up later. We won't be going to Silithus for a while. But when AQ40 comes out, we'll be there quite a bit. Alright, here we go. Timbermaw Hold, round 2. And I wonder if we have to fight like a dragon or something, man. I'm not too sure how this Alliance quest goes, but I remember having to slay like elite dragons on Horde side, and you have to like group up with like 5 to 10 people to take them down. Pretty much world bosses. You had to fight a dragon from the green dragonflight, one from the blue dragonflight. I don't remember having to fight one from the red. But there's a green one in Swamp of Sorrows, and then in Winterspring there's a blue one. I think, yeah, maybe there's a red one. Not too sure where. Where are we going? This way? Not too sure. Oh, it's upstairs. My bad. Could have died here. That would have been bad. Save our blink for when we really need it. Probably now is a good time. They're chasing us pretty bad. This is the way to Winterspring. Causing a lot of mischief here. Is this it? No, this is Fellwood. Oh my gosh, dude. It's when I thought I was going the right way. I hate this place. It's nice when you're friendly, though. But I always get... It's a kind of a... I always get it wrong. So we went everywhere except the right way. We'll make it, though. We'll go back again. We'll blink by. Seems like we pulled them no matter what, even if I try to, like, blink by and not pull. I should have known we were going the wrong way when I started seeing songflowers on my mini-map. Go this way, then jump down. So it's got to be across here, right? This is the way. So this is where we messed up. It's good. We won't forget again. Well, on this character, we won't. And maybe I'll eventually do quests just to get my rep up with these guys so we don't get bothered anymore. But at level 60, it's not too bad. It's, you know, like, even right now, we ran through here and barely took any damage. Here's the Winterfall, this guy just got wrecked. Gormaz. Undead rogue. Yeah, these Winterfall runners, they carry Winterfall fire water. Should we kill them? Nah. We'll just leave them. But they can drop, there's a quest we could pick up from them, but it's no big deal. But they can drop Winterfall fire water. It's a pretty nice buff. It's like a consumable, lasts like 15 minutes. Pretty good for physical DPS. Makes you bigger too. Your character gets, you know, becomes a little bit bigger. And it gives attack power, I forget, but it's a good consumable to have for your melee DPS. I think it's more expensive to play melee DPS than any other like class or spec. Like, I guess Hunter would be the same, or I guess physical DPS, I should say. The consumables are probably more expensive than casters. But if you add Flask of Supreme Power, like if you required your casters to get that flask, then it would be very expensive for casters. But I don't think that's really necessary to clear raids, but it does help. Alright, so the quest is just over here, Dragon's Eye. Go and turn this in. What we got over here? Giant silver veins. Oh, that's for the love potion. It's a Blackrock Depths quest. This guy chasing that guy? Is he chasing that mage? That troll? Alright, so here we are. Let's see where we have to go. I think it's up here. I know we have to climb the mountain. I don't know if we can get up there, though, by climbing this way. Maybe you can. I'm not too sure. Or do we have to actually, like, enter the cave? I think we might have to actually enter the cave. Just up here? Yeah, it's high up. There's really, like, no other way up there. Okay, well... So there's, like, a teleporter that brings you up. I don't think we can get up this way. Yeah, there's a cave right below us. So you go into this cave, and there's like a teleporter that brings you up into to that location. I believe. I remember doing this on my other characters. But we'll just... Is this it here? Looks like that could be one of the teleporters there. That time. I wonder if this will teleport us up. So it looks like that. Looks just like this. No. But it kind of looks like a fissure like that, and then just sort of teleports you to the top. There could be a way of getting there. Like... from running up the mountain, but I just forget. I'm not too sure. I wish we had a little bit more time. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll head over to Gadget Stand of the North. And we'll get the flight point, Everlook they call it. Little goblin town in Winterspring. And we'll get the flight point because we're here, might as well. I think it's outside, on the other side for Alliance. The Horde one's just here, over here. Yeah, there it is.
Where would you like to fly to?
All right, so we got that. That was good. We got 2 flight points. I'm going to call it here. And next episode, we will turn in the Dragon's Eye, guys. We're just pushing over an hour right now, so next episode, we'll continue this this quest chain, and then we will try to get into a new dungeon. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.